Hi, I'm Sharon Bill. Welcome to my Theory Tuition series where we're working together through the ABRSM Theory Grades. There are lots of resources available to help you. If you go to sharonbill.com, if you visit my website there, you'll find some free PDF information sheets and you can download these in US letter or A4 and they accompany each step of this series to help you. You'll find a page there with links to all of my YouTube video tutorials. And you can also find out about the books that I have available. I've written an exam technique guide, how to take your ABRSM Music Theory Exam. It's full of tips and techniques on how to best prepare for your exam and also how to make the best use of your time come exam day when you're actually working through your exam paper. So if you visit sharonbill.com, you'll find it's all there. If you can give me a like, that would be really fab, and please do subscribe to my channel and share out the videos. And now we're going to continue with paper B of the 2018 Grade 3 Practice Papers booklet. So turn with me to page 9. And I'm hoping you've had a go of this. It's always better to learn by your mistakes, and now we're going to work through this together to check these answers. So we have to have some idea of the key that we're in here, and we're always counting upwards. Notice these are highlighted. We're writing above and we're counting upwards, and we're writing directly above because we need a harmonic interval which comes together like a chord, rather than one after the other, which is a melodic interval like a melody. So just watch out that you fully answer this. So now we'll work through this together. So the first job is we need to create a sixth. So counting from this B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, B, C, D, E, F, G. So there's our sixth, and now we need to figure out that we've definitely done a minor sixth. Now B minor has a key signature of F sharps and C sharps, and so G natural is part of that minor scale. B major would have a G sharp, so this is already a minor interval. There's nothing for us to change, and it's worth just checking that against the piano keyboard because major means greater, minor means lesser. So B to G sharp is the major, the greater interval, and then B to G natural is the minor, the lesser interval. So it's worth just checking that visually as well. Now we're still on B here, but we're an octave higher. We've got to go a third. 1, 2 is the ledger line, 3 is the space, B, C, D. And again, we need to make sure this is a minor third, and B to D is part of the minor scale. It's lesser. B to D sharp. B major has D sharps in the key signature. That would be a greater interval. So it already fits within that minor scale pattern. It's the lesser interval. So we can leave that as it is. Now we need to create a major seventh. We're in the treble clef now. So we'll count up 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 takes us to A. That makes sense. It's one less than the B octave higher. So already that's half mark sorted straight away. We've got the seventh. Now we need to make sure it's a major seventh. And again, if you've got your circle of fifths, this is always a really great way to make sure you're really conversant with your major and minor key signatures. If you're not sure how to do that, I've done a video tutorial explaining how to work out the circle of fifths, and you'll find the link to that in the cards and in the description. And we can see that B major has a key signature of F, C, G, D, A sharps, and so this should be an A sharp to make that a major interval. And let's just look at that on the piano keyboard. B to A sharp is greater, B to A natural is lesser. That's part of the major scale pattern there. It's a greater interval. Let's move on. So now we need to count a fifth up from this high B in the bass clef. So we're going to need some ledger lines going on here. So B is 1, C is 2, D is 3, E is 4, and then F is 5. It's F sharp, and that's already a perfect fifth. It's the same for major and minor. There is no major or minor, it's just a perfect fifth. We don't need to change that. And we have a perfect interval here as well in this perfect octave. So we're going from B to B, but let's make sure we get one octave, not too many octaves. So let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is the space, 7 is the line, that's A, and then there's B. And that's a perfect octave, B to B, nothing needs changing. So that's done. Let's move on to the next question. So now we need to transpose this melody down a whole octave. And we're going to be going from treble clef to bass clef. We need to make sure that we only go down one octave and make sure we don't end up in the wrong octave. And the best way to do that is to keep middle C as our reference point. So there's the F above middle C, and then we're, there's the D. I'm in treble clef, must pay attention there. There's the D above middle C, and then there's the D an octave higher. And so to bring it down an octave, we need to come to this D just above middle C. So remember, middle C is at the bottom of the treble, the top of the bass. Remember, it's as if you meet in the middle, the bottom of the treble, the top of the bass. And so here is middle C. So one step above that is the D that we're after. And now we've dropped just one octave. And so now we can work out in relationship to where we started. So we're going to be going down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to be going down a fifth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the G. Now that at the moment that's the G above middle C. And so now this is the G below middle C, so we know that's correct. Now we're going to be going up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2 is the line, 3, 4, 5, 6 takes us to the next ledger line, and that's the E, one step higher than where we started, so that's correct. Notice I'm not doing the stems just yet. I'm going to leave those till afterwards. I've got enough to be thinking about without worrying about too many things at once. So let's just get the blobs in the right place. Also, I'm keeping everything reasonably aligned with the notes that are above, just so that I don't lose track where I am, and also so I know everything's going to be properly spaced and I'm not going to be running out of space. So here we're coming down a third. 1, 2, 3 takes us to the ledger line, that's middle C, there's top C, so middle C is a whole octave lower, which is what we've got here, so that's correct. Down a step, down a third, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and that should take us back to this note here, which it does do, so we know we're right. Now we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, that's the D. And then back up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 takes us to this B, which we should have been here. That's correct. So we can keep double checking in relationship to the note we've just come from, and also checking points along the way that could help us match that we've been correct. Down a step. Now we're going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 takes us to the D where we first started, so that's correct. Down a third, 1, 2, 3, that's the B that we were here, so that's correct. Now we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So some ledger lines here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That takes us to the G, C, E, G above middle C, which is where we should now be after we've dropped our octave, so that's correct. Down a step, that's the F. Down another step takes us to E, and we should now be on the same note that we were here, and we are, so we know that's correct. Down a step. Down another step should take us to middle C, which it does, and we can see, there we are, reference points there. Down a step takes us to where we were here, yes. Now we're going to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 to the F, and then up one step takes us to the G, and we were here, at this point, and that's correct. So there we go, that's the thinking done. Now we've just got to put the stems in place, and at a quick glance everything is either on the middle line or above the middle line, so all the stems are going to be pointing down. So this shouldn't take a moment. So we're starting and ending at the same point, so I'm going to keep that level as they have done. These are just coming down. There we go, and that's job done. Let's look at the next question. So now we've got some performance terms and some musical directions. This will be all of grade 1, all of grade 2 and all of grade 3 musical terms and performance directions. So there's quite a lot of revision to be done before we attack this. If you refer to your PDF document, if you go to the back of the document, I've given you a little test so you can kind of test yourself. That's a pick and mix of all the grade 1, 2 and 3 terms. And I do suggest that you revise these thematically rather than alphabetically, even colour code it. Now the answers are given to us in multiple choice format. I'm not sure that that helps because sometimes they throw in a bit of a red herring, so just be careful that you read these definitions carefully. So we're given the first one as an example. I do suggest you have a go of this. It's good revision just to have a crack at it. It doesn't matter if you go wrong, you'll know for next time. So P is short for piano, which means quiet. So we tick that one. Largo, we first came across this in grade 1, and I would have grouped this with adagio and grave from the previous grades as well. And all of those mean slow. Here we have a slur. Be careful, it's not a tie, because a tie would be note head to next or note head of the same pitch. That would be a timing issue. Here this is a slur, which means to play it smoothly. Be careful you read your definitions, because here they put slur, which is detached, which it is not. So be careful that doesn't throw you off scent. Slur is to perform smoothly, so make sure you tick that one off there. Sneaky that was. Leggero means light. Here we have a tenuto mark, which is a slight pressure. It's not a strong accent, that would be that symbol. And it usually means also slightly detached as well, separated but not lessened in note value. Here we have a performance term to change the octave, so the difference is where this line is. If the line is underneath, then it means to perform it an octave lower. Because the line is above, that means it's to perform it an octave higher. So just be careful you don't get the wrong one there. So a bit of revision is required, but that's now sorted. We'll look at the next question in the next video. I do hope this is helpful to you. If you can give me a like, that would be really super, and please do subscribe to my channel to keep updated. Please also do share these videos out, and please do go to sharonbill.com and have a browse around all of the resource and information that's available there to help you. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.